boy. Boy. Folk. Oh, fuck. Wood. Got to hit the wood. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, this spot sucks. Oh, never mind. Doesn't suck so much. Oh, look at the fucking bunnies. Look at those fucking bunnies. Bunnies. Come here. Come here. Fucking bunnies are fast. Fucking bring your ass here. You know what? I give a fuck shit. Womp 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 womp. Bam, 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 bam. Some fucking mushrooms. Is it a ravine? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yummy. I can make fucking mushroom stew. Oh, wait, how do you... I'm just not gonna touch that. I don't know how to do that, but whatever. Fuck it. Stone. Not sure if you're supposed to shear. Wow, this is a nice looking fucking wood. You're supposed to get like shit out of this. Oh, you do. I didn't play Minecraft that much. Ah, there it is. Epic. Alright, let's make some fucking sheet. This shit is nice. No. Let's make a pick. Then we need more sticks. Make a axe because I want more wood. There you go. Fuck. I don't have any. Don't mind at night. Give me more fucking mushrooms. Oh, sheep and chickens. Where's the chicken at? Oh, fuck. There it is. Bring your ass back here. What? Never mind. Damn. It's a good area I spawned in. Chicken! Fuck. Oh, there you go. I can make some mushrooms. Some mushroom soup. Doggo, I don't have any bones for you. That sucks. Now I can make a bed. Oh, I left my fucking crafting shit over there. God damn it. You know what? I'll just make another one. I got enough wood. Wait, what am I doing? Cook meat. Motherfucking chickens. Fuck is this other bitch at? Oh, there it is. This is bird. Need to make a bed. Cobble stone. What a banger. Oh, I couldn't cook all of it. Think. There you go. Let's go back. I want to gain that ravine. Cause that ravine look fucking sick. Fucking sick ass gun. Oh, but there's a fucking cave. I don't have anything yet. Oh, there's gold. Okay, cool. Probably a bad idea. But I want all this shit. Okay, I'm coming back here later. Oof. Oof. Let's make all the rest of these bitches. Boom. Boom clap. Shit like that. Is there anything else? Oh, there's some stuff over there. More coal. Even more coal. Oh, and a creeper. Creeper. Oh man. creeper. I'll be back. Creeper. Oh man. And no, okay. Hey, more brown mushrooms. Take that. I have enough red mushrooms. I don't need any of that. There's my crafting bench. Oh, well, I'll just keep two. Fuck it, dude. Oh, look. Chunk error. That's epic. This will be my base. My little cave. It's so uneven. Fuck, it doesn't have to be perfect. Epic. Yeah, it's good enough. Alright. Bed. Fern eye. Put the crafting table right there. Chest. Oh, wrong one. Get another furnace. This. Save those for later. I'll keep the blocks on me. Keep coal. Keep food. Don't need this. I don't need all this wood. I keep blocks. Oh, that's good. Iron there. Food there. Fucking dooming. Yep. Alright, should I take an extra one? I'll take another one. Boom. And we're good. We zooming. grab this? Fuck it. Where's that? Oh. I didn't even know this was here. Fucking take it though. You know what? We got a spruce. Fuck spruce. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck! It's already getting late again. God damn it! Let's go left. Oh, that bat scared the fuck out of me. Ain't nothing here. Epic. Just cool. Fuck you, bat. Fuck you. Fuck you, bat. That's not good. My little bed. Epic. Let's make up the pickaxe. Yeah. Don't have any fucking sticks. Just grabbed a bunch of fucking sticks, God. Let's make a pickaxe and a sword. Cause why not? Let's get the one out first. And then let's make one fucking cloak because I don't like to be even. And there you go. All done. How am I going to do this? It's lava. I don't think you can mine it with wood, right? Can you? I don't think so. Oh, you can. I don't know that. Oh, that's the fucking creeper. What the? Oh, if that would have fucking blew me up, I would have been so angry. You don't attack me, right? to explore. Oh, he does attack me. Alright, cool. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, Jimbo. Jeez. What fucking iron is this? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm getting fucking full armor. Tell you that much. Fucking place. Holy shit, there's so much to fucking explore. Jeez. Oh, that's a fucking spider. Oh, it's not a spider, skeleton. Oh, fuck. Come here, pussy. Come here, pussy. Oh, fuck. Okay. Good clap. Shut the fuck up, chicken. Oh my cheese. Oh my cheese. Cheese. Everyone loves fucking cheese. Cheesy boy. Fuck. What's poppin'? Oh my goodness. Alright, oh, I need to be back. This shit's lit. Cooked, alright. I was fucking making sure on that. Fuck, it's hot. Fuck, what's popping? Cook andesite? Or no, this crap. Glass. Yoink. Yoink. Helmet. Fuck is going on, cunt? Chest plates. And some pantaloons. Damn, decked out, dog. Make another fucking pick. Alright. We can't. That's epic. Damn, look at those frames. What? Fuck, what's popping? It's hot. Dying. Oh shit, it's dark. What should I make with dirty iron? Make a bucket. I don't really need the axe. Bucket. Yep, bucket. Bucket. Ah. Ugh. I know what to do. Not the fucking bow. Forgot how it is. Something like this. Oh, I need the iron. If I remember it correctly. Nope. Nope. Not like that. It's something like this, I think. Fuck, I forgot to make the shield. How does one make shield? That's how you make it. That's how you make the fucking shield, kind of. Tired. On the road again. Fang. Huh? Hey, what the? This shit's tripping. Ouch. Ugh. Fuck. What the fucking lag? What the fuck was that? Fuck. Why the fuck do I always find these caves? Always some gay ass caves here. Gold. Oh, that's nice. Creeper. 2 creepers. Oh man. Beach. So much fucking loot. Oh my, jeez, it's a skeleton spawner. Oh. My worst nightmare. Fucking skeleton spawner. Oh. Creeper. How many Jesus Christ. Fucking A. Fuck. I'm trash blocking. Oh my god. What? I'm blocking, dude. What the fuck? Fuck out of here. Oh, it's scary. That's fun. Unfortunate. Holy fuck, man. I don't wanna be here no more. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I remember. Oh, not that. Oh. Oh, that's nice. What a fucking creeper. Creeper. Oh man. Oh my god, why is there so many of these fuckheads? I'll find some fucking diamond. Oh, hey, villager. What's poppin'? Sucks you had to die, but... if I wanted to, I could save you, but nah. First, hey, what's poppin'? Lol. You know, I've been streaming for a little while. I never get lucky with these. Where am I at? 11. Oh, this is diamond level. Should be some diamond. Yeah, it's Ping. What up, Ping? I know who you are. The red. Oh! Oh! That wasn't funny. That's not funny. Oh my god. Holy moly. That was very, very scary. I don't wanna... Oh, I don't wanna be here no more. The redstone god. Shut up, beach. Oh, that's not good. sick. Fucking sick ass cunt. Oh, missed. I fucking blocked. Bro, there's so much iron. Holy shit. Never found this much iron before. Oh. My lapis. Oh, I need to fuck out here. I has no more food. Oh, hey. Fuck you. Oh, it's a minecart. Oh, that's nice. Fuck out of here. Ping, are you still here? What do I got? Fucking diamonds. Let's go. Fuck that. Fuck that too. No, I want this. I want that. Fuck that. Probably destroy them out, but fuck it. Oh. Alright, what can I throw out? Nothing, because I want it all. Oh! No, 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 no. Stop. I am not the enemy. I blocked! Dude! What's up with this shit? I fucking blocked that. Give me the diamond. Oh! That's epic. Yep. That's a fucking epic, dude. Oh, no, bad fight. Oh, get fucking owned. Get owned. Get fucking owned. Fucking cheese. Fucking cheese. That's fucking... Some fucking dog. I need to get the fuck out of here. Nope. 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 Get the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. Nope. 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 I had enough of this shit. Nope. I def had enough of this. I def had enough of this. How the fuck do you climb up water? What's the car, dude? Oh, this space bar. Alright, wait. Where do I go? Oh, don't die. Fuck, what's poppin'? Do I have any food? Nope, I don't. Been here long enough. I'm out of this bitch. Oh, this is not it at all. Ah, that's where it came from. Here, they go this way. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, fuck. Ah, fucking hell, cunt. Like a fucking diamond pickaxe or what? Please? What the fuck did I do? Oh. I had bread in my inventory. I'm fucking retarded. Water? Yes. Can you make a diamond shield? I don't think so. Would be nice. I'll be sick. Another. Oh. There's a fucking whatever the guy's name is. Yes, it is. Nothing I can buy. Great. Why would you waste fun? That's alright. Fuck. Fucking hot. It's fucking so hot. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm fucking done. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Boom, 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 boom. What the fuck? That's a lot of gold. Fuck. It's so hot. Can you shut the fuck up? Jeez, I'm gonna kill you. Hey, is your shit invisible? I think it is. Die! Bitch. Give me your XP. I didn't even have XP. Those animals are nearby though. Ah. There they are. Come to me. Let's make a... How do you make a thing? Nope. Oh, oh, that way. No, 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 no. Like this. And like this. Yes. Boom. Come to me. Come to me. You will be my animals. I don't want to put you inside. Put you over here. No. Where's the other lead? Where's the other lead? Ow! Ow! Those motherfuckers. Whatever. Oh, got one. Fuck it. I don't even know how you make llama babies. Let me make a bow. Oh yeah. That hits the spot. Oh, that's not how you make a bow. Boom, boom, boom. Epic. Epic bow. Yay! Got this one to be my friend. How do you... There you go. Your turn. There you go. Now when I find saddle, I can ride y'all fuckers. What do I do? Go back mining? I don't want to go back mining. Let's go get some food. Oh, this fucking cow. I don't want to kill it. Hopefully more spawn. Oh fuck! Why am I down here? I don't know. Get the fuck out. I'm addicted to iron. I'm addicted to that shit, dog. Oh. Why are you not burning? Yeah. Already making a mess. No, I don't have. Oh, I do have bones. Doggy, come over here. Over here, doggy. Yes! What? Oh, it's not the same. Alright, here. Have that. Oh, on a Doge. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, I've been playing on this world for too long. Come over here, Doge. Fuck it. Oh, too hot. Too hot to be playing. Fuck. Let's watch some YouTube videos, eh? Hey. 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 Oof. 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 Watch some YouTube. Oof. Poof. 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 It's gonna go on like that for a while for you guys.
Excuse me.
You know it would be.
Oh. That is not paying me.
As the weather grows colder and wetter, the hornets embark on some home improvements to their nest ahead of winter, reducing the size of their front door to prevent heat loss. But they're doomed. Unlike their cousins, the honeybees, neither their colony nor their nest are designed to stockpile supplies and keep them warm during the cold winter months. In the nest, significantly fewer workers are now active. But there's still a gruesome job to do. They drag live larvae from their cells. And dump them outside the nest to die. They no longer need new workers.
That's fucked up.
Outside, the larval cemetery grows. They've even stopped feeding their queen. After giving birth to this colony, she's starved out of her own kingdom and dies after only a year of life.
Chill, yeah, dude.
A lucky few larvae still receive food.
You
They're
can just
the
type
only
in the
ones
chat
left
if
in
you
the
want to.
colony
This
to have a chance to survive as next year's queen.
That shit is lit, dog. I got bored. I was playing Minecraft for like 10 minutes. That was like an hour and 20 minutes, but like, fuck. It's hot and I can't play, dude. It's too hot. What's popping? Oh, hot. Oh, okay. Chili oil. See what's popping over
I got
here.
like a lot out of my degrees at W.
Oh. That ad's not paying me. That ad's not paying me.
Whole chili oil thing. And to be honest with you, that kind of bothers me just a little bit. That's why I'm here today. So let me explain.
fucking good. Yum.
So chili oil, I think it's one of the most exciting and magical condiments ever, period. I feel like I say this about anything. Those of you out there who have had life-changing dumpling experiences,
Swear.
then you know what I'm talking about. Really, really good, properly made chili oil is insane. Flavor-wise, and also it's a texture thing, and there's just a lot of things that are happening. Most store-bought chili oil, in my opinion, is complete garbage. You can really tell when you're at a restaurant that's making their own chili oil. God, why am I having such a hard time pronouncing it? Chili oil. It was never going to compare to make.
That shit look bomb as fuck. Oh fuck. I just skipped the whole
Making your
fucking
own.
video.
Look, we're gonna talk all about the chili oil. So I'm gonna save the rest of this for the actual recipe, and let's make this thing, shall
Yeah,
we?
let's make it.
Okay, so to start, you're gonna need an array of spices. A lot of these may seem exotic, but they're relatively easy to get a hold of, and to be honest, they're so worth it to have in general. I'll have links in the description, but you can also check your local Asian markets, and you'll probably find all of them there. So you're gonna need 2 tablespoons or 10 grams of
Alright, I got
coriander
bored.
seeds, 1
Let's see. Oh,
The Death Stalker is one of the most dangerous scorpions on the planet, and what makes it so dangerous also happens to be the most expensive liquid.
daily dose.
Yeah, you read that right. This stuff costs $39 million per gallon. Now, even if you had the money, you couldn't just go and buy a gallon of the stuff because you can only get it in tiny, minuscule amounts. $130 will get you a droplet that's smaller than a grain of sugar. The reason why is pretty simple. The stuff is hard to get. Scorpions are almost always milked by hand, one by one. And one scorpion produces, at the most, just 2 milligrams of venom at a time. So let's do the math. If you owned
Jeez.
one scorpion, you would have to milk it 2.64 million times to fill a gallon. And let's face it, you'd probably get stung along the way as well. One sting isn't enough to kill a healthy human, but I think it hurts.
I'd easily put it being 100 times more painful than a bee sting, but because pain is a subjective and emotional.
Alright, it's boring too. Have you seen enough Minecraft videos? Oh. Com Carson. Oh, just learning about fucking ticks. Oh. Bed bugs. Yummy. Nope. Nope. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. That ad's not paying me. That ad's not paying me. Fuck. What's popping? Ew. Oh, I fucking love this channel though, low key. I kind of just binge this shit.
Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the. Okay, you know where
Niggas
this is
bite.
going.
Oh shit.
Lured in by our breath, bedbugs come for us when we're most vulnerable. In dreamland, we're oblivious to bedbug chow time. You won't
That's
even
true.
feel it. It's a quick meal, just a few minutes, but it's a filling one.
I either got fucked by bed bugs
Stuffed
or by
with blood, it
spiders or
scurries to a
something because I got
nearby
like 3
cranny,
bites on me.
the seam
And that
of your
shit fucking
mattress,
is annoying.
or behind a baseboard. There, they get to
Jeez.
work, growing their families,
That's sex?
until you get
Nymphs. Fucking pussies. Fucking pussies. Yeah, I think it's
you
spiders.
can
These
recognize
spiders are them
them by their
fuckers.
signature work
Because I
of
got like
art,
2 on my
these
arm, 3 on my
tiny
arm, on my right
splotches.
arm, and then I got 2 on my
It's
both
the
legs.
digested
like,
blood
bruh.
they leave behind.
Okay.
In the 1950s, we made bedbugs retreat with DDT. But some became resistant. And now, they're back.
Jeez, and they're big, and they're thick. Look at them.
We help them
Fuck.
spread in our clothes or luggage when we travel around.
Aw.
You can
Yeah,
kill
they always
them
get
with
them on the
other
hands too, and
insecticides
it's
or
like,
heat.
really, bro?
But their game of hide and seek makes it tricky. Turns out there might be another way to stop them in their tracks.
Big boys, yeah, for sure.
Watch this. It's just taking a stroll. And gotcha. Its foot is stuck. This bean leaf can incapacitate the bloodsuckers.
Oh,
People in the Balkans discovered that years ago and would spread the leaves around their beds as a trap. The leaf surface is covered in these tiny hooked hairs called trichomes.
I'm about to get some of those plants. That's facts.
They pierce right through the bedbug's feet, impaling their soft joints.
Oh, that's facts. I'm getting some of these plants. What are they called? Bean plants or some shit?
Many bean plants, like
Bean
kidney
plants.
and green beans, develop
listen.
the hooks to defend against aphids and other plant-eating pests. But it just so happens to work on our bloodthirsty pest, too.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm getting these fucking bean plants.
Biologist and engineer Catherine Loudon is trying to copy the plant at the University of California, Irvine. She's creating a synthetic material that can pierce bedbug feet just like bean leaves do. It's not quite as effective as a real bean leaf, but she's working on it.
Oh, she's trying.
In the meantime, bedbugs are still a step ahead. So keep an eye out. Spot them early, and maybe you can get them before they get you.
Ooh, yummy.
No more parasites, you say? No.
Yeah, no more parasites. No more parasites. Ooh. Oh, this guy's fucking lit.
I
I love
swear
watching
I
this
have
guy.
figured out the best way to roast a chicken at home.
Bet.
The
Let me
problem
see.
with whole chicken is that the white meat up here is best when it's just barely cooked through. But the dark meat down here, the legs, the thighs, this
big
stuff is
boys.
best when it's been cooked to smithereens and it's just falling apart and sticky and glistening with rendered fat. I have found for myself a very simple way to cook the dark meat far longer and hotter than the white meat without doing anything crazy like carving up the bird before you cook it. So the first thing that I do is the thing that I learned from watching Thomas Keller, which is to
Alright,
take
man.
the wishbone out.
I'll see you later, bro.
Right up where the neck used to be, you just trace around the wishbone with your knife, and then you dig in with your fingers and pull it out. This wishbone was broken before I got to it. That is common, I find, with grocery store chickens. Wishbone is often broken, so it came out in 2 pieces instead of 1. That's fine. Taking the wishbone out now makes carving a lot easier later. Then what I do is score the legs. I make cuts straight down to the bone, score the legs. This will help the legs to cook a lot quicker. And I score the thighs once or twice too. I stuff some aromatics up the chicken. I stuff some onion up there, some lemon, rosemary, garlic. Not only will all of this stuff flavor the chicken, it will also slow down the cooking of the breast because hot air won't be able to circulate around the cavity as well. Now don't trust the chicken. Do not tie the legs together to make it look all pretty. Just leave the legs hanging open because the legs need the heat to circulate around them if they're going to cook as thoroughly as I want them to cook. Pour some olive oil in a pan and sit the bird into it. More olive oil on top and then seasoning. Lots of salt, lots of pepper, and I do like a little garlic powder as well. Garlic powder is a great kitchen cheat. It is just instant umami. Then turn the burner on medium-high and cook the chicken on the stovetop for a good 10 minutes before it ever goes in the oven. Just cooking it on the stovetop, medium-high heat. When you do this, the heat barely reaches the breast because the breast is up in the air. It's not against the pan. Well, actually, the one part of the breast that does touch the pan is that super thick part up by the head that always takes a lot longer to cook than the rest of the breast, so it's fine that that's getting a head start here. What's really cooking here are the thighs, which are right on the bottom of the pan. The thick part of the legs, too, you can see here, they are starting to turn opaque where they're up against the pan. When you see the heat creeping up the thick part of the breast like this, that's when it's time to throw the pan into a 400-degree oven, 400 Fahrenheit. Now, this chicken needed about an hour before the breast came to a temperature of 160 Fahrenheit, which is what you want. It's going to go up 5 more degrees while it rests. The dark meat at this stage is surely much hotter, which is what I want. I want it cooked until it falls apart. If you have a convection oven, you're going to get a much prettier, much more even brown color than what I've got here, and it'll cook quicker as well. I really wish that I had a convection oven, but I don't. Anyway, now you rest the chicken for a long time. Rest it for at least a half an hour. This is my roasting pan with the rendered fat and the juice and all of the aromatics that I stuffed into the cavity. I will use this to make gravy. I make a roux with the fat. Very tasty. Very nice. Now we will carve it. First you cut off the leg, and then the dark meat is just so cooked that you can pull the thighs off with your hands. You don't need to cut through the joint or anything. You just root around with your fingers and pull out the oyster and any other dark meat bits that are still clinging to the carcass. Then I cut the legs off from the thigh bone, and those scored legs are really delicious, by the way. And then with the thighs, I just pull the meat off the bone in chunks with my fingers. It's like barbecue. It's so soft. Just pull it off into little chunks, and I put it onto my plate. And by the way, I do microwave my plate before I do this. Get the plate hot in the microwave. That way, when I put this thinly sliced and well-rested chicken onto the plate, it doesn't go instantaneously cold. The plate actually heats the chicken back up again. That's my little secret. But anyway, because we took out the wishbone, we can just easily cut the whole breast and its wing right off the carcass. Cut off the wing is falling apart, it's cooked so well, it's very tasty. But the breast is only just done, and I like to slice it against the grain like this, which makes it more tender. See, the breast slices are moist, they're not overcooked, they're done perfectly. And there you go. I think that this is the best way of cooking a chicken at home. I've tried all the ways. This is the best. Juicy, just cooked white.
Fuck, that looks good. I'm not hungry. That's boring.
SodaStream makes water exciting.
Oh,
A quick push.
fuck. Fuck, what's popping? Oh, fuck. There you go. They are exact. Some drugs, I bet. The what? Because it was hot as shit. Damn. Fuck.
my gut back
Fucking.
alive.
Hornet versus the spider. So what had happened here, unbeknownst to me, I've been watching this this hornet while I'm setting up my camera shots and things, and I noticed that she started getting really agitated about this one side of the nest. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? She looked like she was like chewing at this part of the envelope here. So she had an outer layer that she had built down. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, because all I saw her was doing this. Like, she's like jabbing at the one part of the paper. Well, I couldn't see that there was a spider in there. And so it wasn't until after I had filmed an entire day worth of film, and I went and was watching it on my software, and then I saw these little tiny legs peeking out from underneath the envelope. And I couldn't believe it. At first I thought it was another hornet. I was like, well, maybe another hornet got in there or whatever. And I'm like skipping through, I'm like watching the whole bit, and finally it just unfolds. Like I couldn't believe it. There was a freaking spider in there. So I wanted to go out and I wanted to remove that spider. So I waited till the next morning, and I actually was able to see, which I'm not sure you see too much of it here, like in its the way she laid it, but in between the envelope, the spider had actually like started to weave her silk between the two parts of the envelope. And so I guess she was starting to make a nest. Well, you can kind of see her legs peeking out now. So now you'll see that the hornet here is actually like jabbing, trying to bite the spider, and then the spider like lunges back and like tries to fang the hornet. Oh my god, it gets really intense towards the middle here. I did cut out a good bit of it because this had gone on for hours. I mean, this is just like, this was day one. So this is the footage that I was watching initially before I realized it was a spider. And
Jeez.
so this is the first day. Then when you see the second day, you'll see that the envelope is chewed. Right where she's standing, you'll see that the envelope is actually chewed in. Like she had actually started trying to cut it out to try to get back to the spider. And then you start to see her the following day start ripping the silk. So you'll see like her start chewing on the silk, and then the spider starts getting agitated. Like, what are you doing messing with my nest? Well, listen, dude, you're trying to make a nest at my house, and that's just not cool. You know, that's what she's saying.
Listen,
so,
dude.
That
nest does not belong here.
One bald-faced hornet.
Listen, bro.
So when I went on vacation to the beach, somewhere between those couple days, she disappeared. I don't know if it was because of the spider or if a bird got her, but something happened. All right, so now you start to see the spider. Look at that thing.
Oh, fuck. Jeez.
So she kind of like gets the spider out, and you start to see, I forget what's at the top left or the top right, you see the spider like crawl on the wood up top. There it goes.
Ew.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked. And then another point here, so everything seems like it's honky-dory. She got it out of the nest. She checks it a couple times. Okay, the thing's gone. I should be good in the hood. And then she flies away to go and forage for the larva. And the spider comes back and tries to find its way back into the nest. I think it's this part here. Yeah, the top left. Creepy little thing. And it turns and faces, and you see like these like turquoise fangs. Look at that.
Oh,
monster.
sick.
But that hornet knows, man. Like, as soon as that spider starts walking on the nest, she can hear it. Like, she can sense that sound. I think this is the top right. You see the spider again start to come around the side of the nest.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Just seeing those legs. Oh my gosh.
I like how he's scared of a
It's
spider.
huge. So
He's
anyhow,
not scared
so we did have
of
3
wasps.
adult hornets in this nest, or yellow jackets if you want to be technical. We'll just say hornets for the time being. I don't know what happened to her. The queen isn't in the nest anymore, so this is probably going to be kind of a short-lived colony, because once these adults hatch out of here, there's no one's going to be laying any more larvae to then sustain the colony. So what will probably happen is they will you know, try to tend to the new larvae as long as they can and get sustenance from them. And then they're going to get pretty aggressive because they're not going to have a food source, and they're going to be trying to go out and foraging for nectar and things. So right now we just have one of the daughters. So that's why now this video is called the Spout Nest Hornet Daughter, or however I worded it there. Because there's no queen. I did a couple shots where I was like tapping on the nest, trying to stir up some activity in there, thinking maybe the queen was up inside behind the comb. But she's not behind the comb, so I don't know. So either she's gone completely and she's just, you know, been eaten by a bird or whatever, or the spider got her. Could have been that too. That spider's got a big abdomen on it. It's been eating something. So here comes the spider again. I did a bunch of shots of her just crawling, or she just crawling around. I'm assuming it's a she. She's probably pregnant. That's probably why she's trying to make a nest in this hornet nest, because she wants to have some easy access to food. I think at this point she actually climbs in between the envelope now. An envelope is the term that is used for the paper. So I've kind of gotten some ridicule by a couple of the experts that watch my videos and telling me to use the term envelope for the paper. I just used paper because it's a term everybody understands, but so there she goes. So she's climbing up into the full term is actually paper envelope, but people want me to use the proper terminology. So anyhow, so she's climbing up in there. Now you see it's cutaway at the top left here. So that's what she'd been lunging and chomping at it. And I don't have any audio on this video right now, but you can hear that paper like crunching and stuff because she's biting at it. Now that little stringy stuff, that's the silk that the spider had weaved or wove, however you want to word that, to then like bind to make a nest. So that would have been like a little cocoon thing that she probably would have her babies in. And you start to see her lunge because now, I mean, it's a battle. The hornet is trying to protect her nest, which is the original nest, and the spider's trying to protect her nest, which is that silk. And it's like, I mean, the spider really can't be upset with the hornet for wanting the hornet not wanting her there. You know what I mean? So she's been, she starts attacking. They really kind of go at it here the next little bit. So I know that I said that I was going to let this nest be as natural as possible. So if there was some sort of demise to the colony, I was going to let it happen. I was going to film it. But I wanted it to happen without me knowing about it. So when I started watching this stuff, when I started seeing this freaking spider in here, I couldn't just like let it happen then. I already knew about it. So I had to do something. So I did intervene after the fact. And maybe I'll get some ridicule for that, but I kind of want to see, now that the queen's already gone, I kind of want to see how the rest of these daughters maintain the nest and what actually happens from this point, because there isn't much documentation on what will happen outside of a queen being gone. I mean, I've read some things about there being queenless nests and colonies and things, but not this early stage. So from a scientific perspective, I want to see what happens here. So I let them kind of, I mean, this is in between like me figuring out like how I'm going to get that spider out of there without being attacked by the hornet, because then it'd be like a freaking, you know, I think I'm helping the hornet by getting the spider. The hornet thinks I'm trying to attack the nest, and now she's stressed, man. You can see that she's stressed. She does climb in here at one point. Like she just goes in here, like regroups a little bit, you know, pets herself down, gets that silk out of her mouth, and then she runs right back out to start like going after that spider. And you can just see how stressed she is. Like she's like lunging at this thing. It's like, man, do I attack it and get bit? Do I just like, yeah, like right here, like that biting. She's biting at the paper envelope. And then at one point here, she's like starts flapping her wings, and so at this point she flew off, and I was coming down the driveway and I saw her fly off. So I had already gotten a clothes hanger and like unraveled it and made just like a piece of wire, and I had a plan to just shuffle that thing up inside. So this is me putting it up into the paper envelope between the layers and trying to get the spider out. I couldn't see the spider, but knew she was in there. And then here I get to one point, the spider runs around, jumps out, and I had a little medicine bottle there, and unfortunately it wasn't on camera, but I scooped it up into the up into the medicine bottle and plan to let it meet its demise. Not by my hand, though. There it is. But I say some choice words about it. And I decided, you know what? Let's let it meet its demise at the hands of my chicken. So Ginger was the candidate because she was the only one close by. That's the spider, and that's Ginger going to town on it. No fear. Look at that. What a raptor. Good job, Ginger. And a couple strokes for good luck. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video.
What
if
an
you enjoyed watching
animal.
this, please like and share. If you haven't been here before and you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe to my channel. And I usually have a video posting about once every week or so. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Alright.